Brought to you by
Hello and welcome. This is TVWAN News. I'm Maricela Kelaton. In this edition, Kumul Mineral delivers 54 million kina dividends to state, no suitable data management for PNG, and Spot Stock Sevens lures Union heavyweights. Kumul Mineral Holdings Limited has delivered a dividend of 54 million kina to the state today from its Oktedi mine operations, a testament to the transformation taking place at Oktedi in both management and production. Oktedi Mining Limited Board Chairman Dr. Ila Temu presented the check to the Minister for State-Owned Enterprise, William Duma, in Port Moresby.
Oktedi Mining Limited has been consistent with its dividend payments, ensuring its shareholders receive their shares in a timely manner. Today, it paid the dividends for the last quarter of 2024 and the first quarter of 2025 to a total value of 54.25 million kina. Dr. Temu, in thanking the board and management of Oktedi for another successful windfall, also highlighted the factors that contributed to achieving these results.
Oktedi has, in recent years, invested in newer technology, especially in processing, and that's resulting in increase in the production numbers. So physical increase in the numbers because of spending money to put in place new technology. The other thing is the prices have been really good, both gold and copper.
With global gold prices at an all-time high, Oktedi's income last year was $1.5 billion, surpassing its target by $300 million. State Enterprise Minister William Duma applauded KMHL for the dividend payment.
Both Oktedi and Kumul Holdings have continued to perform on many occasions beyond our expectations.
Under the leadership of the OTML CEO, many Papua New Guineans working in mines overseas have been brought back to work in Oktedi Mine, and the good results from this mine can also be attributed to the expertise put in by these Papua New Guineans.
A good example is Oktedi Mine has had a water problem in the pit for many, many years. So this year or last year is the first time that issue has now been fully resolved. So he brought back guys from U.S., Papua New Guineans from the U.S., for example, who have come in and who have driven that agenda and have cleaned out the water. And that's a big, big job.
Minister Duma testified at how competent Papua New Guineans are and how they can deliver when there is no political interference.
When given the opportunity, our nationals have that inherent ability to be able to perform any country, anywhere, meet the standards. They are just as competent as anyone in the world.
Oktedi Mine continues to deliver positive results, and the life of this mine has now been extended to 2050, and the board is now strategizing to explore other mining opportunities both in the country and overseas. Ruth Rongula, TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape, in his Easter message, called on all Papua New Guineans to pause and reflect on the life, sacrifice and message of the Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ. Marape reminded everyone that Easter is a sacred reminder of the road to Calvary, a journey Christ took not for himself but for the salvation of all mankind.
As the country enters the Easter weekend, Prime Minister James Marape has called on all Papua New Guineans to return to the Christian principles. In his Easter message to the nation, Marape asked everyone to be united as one and follow the Christian principles. He said at a time when the nation stands at the crossroads, divided by political toxicity, personal differences and economic challenges, citizens should look to Christ to find peace. He also encouraged citizens to be Christ-like by being tolerant, forgiving, loving and inclusive, and to reject division and embrace unity. As the country marks its final Easter before the 50th independence anniversary, Marape also urged all to come together in a spirit of oneness, caring for each other, carrying one another's burdens, and collectively carrying the cross of the country. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
In line with legal requirements and to uphold transparency and accountability, Minister for Provincial and Local Level Government Affairs, Soro Yoe, has reminded all public servants who intend to contest the local level government and Motu Koita Assembly elections to submit their resignations. Yoe says this is both a legal and ethical obligation. Compliance ensures the neutrality of public institutions and guarantees that all candidates compete on a fair and equal footing. The minister is urging for those intending to contest the elections to uphold democratic principles that underpin the nation and ensure that the electoral process reflects the will of the people. The Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing National Coordinating Committee hosted a press conference today to highlight the status of the Anti-Money Laundering Review that is currently ongoing. The National Coordinating Committee is co-chaired by the Department of Justice and Attorney General and the Bank of Papua New Guinea's Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit.
Dr. Eric Kwa, Secretary of the Department of Justice and Attorney General, said the aim of the conference is to highlight the status of the anti-money laundering review that is currently underway and to inform the public about what the government is doing to address this issue. Director of the Financial Analysis and Supervision Unit in Papua New Guinea, Wilson Onea, said in 2010, PNG underwent its first mutual evaluation, an assessment of its technical compliance with the Financial Action Task Force standards. The evaluation revealed significant deficiencies. So in 2014, due to significant and continuing technical deficiencies, PNG was placed on the list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring, commonly referred to as the grey list. PNG took a proactive response to that, which resulted in the delisting of PNG in 2016.
Like the first mutual evaluation, as I mentioned earlier, in 2010, this one was subjected more on the effectiveness of those laws and how its agencies of state were performing so far as effectiveness is concerned.
He said PNG underwent its second mutual evaluation in 2023 to 2024. Unlike the first evaluation, this evaluation focused on both technical compliance and effectiveness of PNG's anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism system. The findings of the reports revealed that PNG is not implementing the laws and policies at a level commensurate with its AML-CTF. These shortcomings means that PNG is likely to be placed in the grey listing area again.
That evaluation in 2010 revealed significant deficiencies as far as AML-CTF standards goes. And due to our lack of progression as a country in actioning those action items back then in 2014, PNG was grey listed and listed as to, and it was, which is commonly known as the grey list, where countries placed under increased monitoring by international, in order to meet those international standards.
However, Dr. Kwa said PNG is currently in a 12-month observation period, which ends this October. PNG is doing its best to ensure that it is not listed in the grey listing area. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai shared that there is no best available data management for the country regarding the national general elections. Electoral Commissioner Sinai says the structure of the local level government for elections is out of order, even though Papua New Guinea's population is smaller than most countries.
There is said to be no available data management suitable for Papua New Guinea, according to Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai. He stated that he has traveled the world and has seen various data management during elections in different countries. However, none is suitable for PNG's local level government structure.
We have given some time to hunt around to find the best available data management in the world. And there is none. Our population is very small. And rest of the other countries, population very big. But ours is like voting age is 5 million. We have a structure. We have a ward. We have clan. We come from tribe. We come from a district. We come from a family. I'm simply saying we are not putting all those in order. And when we go about going abroad to say somebody to come and solve our problem, it's never going to be solved. I foresee there is danger ahead.
He called Papua New Guineans as duplicates of Thomas in the Holy Bible in regards to election results not trusted through biometric voting for elections.
In PNG, there are 7 million or 10 million. We are all duplicates of Thomas in the Bible. Seeing is believing. So any mindset about thinking about biometric PNG should stop now. If someone is saying PNG biometric will solve all our election problems, it's going to stop here. Any educated knowledge, yes. Someone will sit in the office and say, oh, you can do that. You can send this message here. You can send it. In the election, it won't work. They're going to gun me down. Somebody's manipulated the system. We have to start basics, from the basic, before we get there. So who are the causes? What is it causing it? What are the problems? Why is it happening? Why are we not satisfied in our elections? So we have to have a look at it very, very carefully. I've traveled the world already. For me, I've seen nothing.
Meantime, polling for LLG elections is scheduled to begin next week. However, Sinai says it will not be as smooth sailing with existing electoral roll issues. Jasmine Irajak, TVWAN News.
TVWAN News continues when we return. Stay with us.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open it.
favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier by you like you more.
Welcome back. The National Capital District Provincial Health Authority has conducted gender equity and social inclusion refresher training for clinic staff across the nation's capital. The training is part of NCDPHA's continued effort to fostering a respectful, inclusive and equitable work environment. Fully endorsed by the NCDPHA's Senior Executive Management Team. The initiative aims to enhance staff interactions with one another, patients and their caregivers. The sessions focused on addressing inequality and ensuring that every individual, regardless of gender, background or social status, has equal access to opportunities and resources within the health system. The Madang provincial government launched its SME scheme last week, valued at 5 million kina. This will now enable local businesses in the small to medium enterprise sector to access low-interest loans to support their business. The scheme will be facilitated through the National Development Bank.
Thousands of people representing all 6 districts of Madang province converged to the Bates Oval in Madang town to witness the launching of the Madang provincial government's Small Medium Enterprises. NDB's Deputy Head of Branches Lloyd Piari acknowledged Madang provincial government for being the first in the country to allocate more funding to support SMEs and committed to ensure SMEs can easily access loans.
People understanding accessibility, road, no come into the town, no go come, the paperwork, and work on something you will look now, you will try making easy, so that's a commitment that we are making now. But you may work around law, making easy people, you may not make him hard. So accessibility, affordability, and people can give you can make it Lubla.
Madang Governor Ramsey Pariwa acknowledged the efforts of the Commerce Division in rolling out the financial literacy trainings through the Small to Medium Enterprise Corporation and SEFI. Loans will be dispersed in 5 categories, and they include Agriculture SME, Women SME, Youth SME, Manam SME, and the General SME. Pariwa called on the people of Madang to utilize this facility to earn income and improve their standard of living.
Must create in this law environment block in business. Now happy more people. Lo place you stop. Suppose you plan him cacao now you stop. Suppose you walk now you stop. Suppose you sit down. Lo table market now stop. Government blow you lo Madang come down and visit him you lo table market blow you today. Lo happy you come on top and compete. One can also China. One can also Narabla province. If they can do it, Madang can do it.
Financial literacy training is a prerequisite to accessing this loan, and those interested to access this finance should first attend financial literacy training. Pastor Vicky, speaking on behalf of the women, acknowledged the allocation of 1 million kina set aside for women. Acting Manager Director of the SME Corporation, Petrus Ralda, emphasized to the people not to wait for the government to deliver handouts, but rather to take the initiative and start their own entities to which the government will support. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Prominent agribusiness company NGIP Agmac Limited, based in East New Britain province, has reaffirmed its commitment to community development by pledging an annual investment of 1 million kina in health and education infrastructure development starting this year. This initiative was formalized through a memorandum of understanding recently signed between the company and the East New Britain provincial government. East New Britain Governor Michael Marum expressed his sincere appreciation for the company's commitment to the community. He highlighted the importance of this investment in enhancing health and educational infrastructure over the next 3 years, underscoring the positive impact it will have on the local population. Best Gear Group donated food worth 63,000 kina to 3 charity groups in Port Moresby on Wednesday, just a few days before the Easter festive season. The food was delivered to Cheshire Disability Services, Life PNG Care and Laloki Psychiatric Hospital.
It has been a practice for Best Gear Group Limited to give back to the community as part of its social responsibility. This is an annual event which is carried out during special festive seasons like Easter, Independence Day and Christmas Day. The founder and director, Thomas Yan, humbly admits that as a Christian, he wants to bless others because God had blessed him through his business.
Papa God salimi pala come here donation, but Papa God give me business me ika lili coins supporting Jisaya Hong in orphan Laloki Hospital. But the Poda Blomi emo family Poda. Now thank you Lord. Family Blomi pala Papa Lugini in beginning pro Papa God. Thank you Lord you pala supporting me Poda Blomi pala me ika money making donation. Thank you.
General Manager of Cheshire Disability Services, Gerald Bengesa, said the facility always needs food to sustain the residents and the donation has come in just in time when the stocks were running out. Program Coordinator for the Cheshire Disability School, Pauline Wingy, expressed gratitude on behalf of the residents and staff.
On behalf of our school, our parents, our students, we would like to say thank you to first Best Gear Trading Limited for your support, because this support will help our carers, help our residents that sleep in here, and also it will support our children too. So thank you so much for your support. And you look at our people here, they cannot give it to you back, but in the Bible it says that those ones that they cannot give it to you and you are giving to this kind of people, the heaven is rejoicing and heaven is ready to give it back to you.
Most of the food items donated were rice, noodles, mosquito coils, cartons of apples, cartons of chicken, onions, and eggs, among others. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2456 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2381 US dollars, $0.3712 Australian dollars, $0.2010 euro, and 33.40 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except copper closed lower and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TVWAN News. Stay tuned. We'll have news from overseas when we come back.
time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic Kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste P&G loves.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing, bum bum.
Boom! The One Talk jackpot is rolling over week on week. 750,000 Kina. Get your tickets now. Draws every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Play now at 321lotto.com.pg or any of your 321 authorized retailer. 321. Win big every day.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Welcome back. In news overseas, the opposition leader Peter Dutton is vying to be Australia's next Prime Minister, but first he has to win his seat, Queensland's most marginal electorate. Mr. Dutton's incumbency spans more than 20 years, making it no easy task for his challengers in Dickson.
The old Petrie Town markets are always pumping on a Sunday. Sharon Hill Lavender juggles 2 jobs, opening her shop here 8 years ago.
We run at a loss here, but it's our dream, so that's why we do it.
Business here, an hour northwest of Brisbane, is patchy.
Cost of living has changed everything. No one's got the money for fun stuff.
Market goers echo her concerns.
The cost of living, I'd say, is probably a big one. Environmental issues.
Interest rates, immigration, jobs.
I don't think anyone's finding it easy. So, cost of groceries, everything is going up.
Dickson is a sprawling and varied electorate, encompassing fast-growing metropolitan areas with semi-rural pockets to the west.
It is a wonderful part of the world, and I have been so fortunate to call many of you, as I look around this audience, friends for that entire journey.
Peter Dutton has been the local MP since 2001.
A great honour to be here as the people's representative from Dickson.
Mr Dutton holds the seat on a razor-thin margin of less than 2%, making it Queensland's most marginal electorate. But one expert believes his high profile, coupled with Dickson's cost of living struggles, could give the opposition leader a much healthier buffer.
Peter Dutton is safe in that seat. If the Labor Party couldn't pick up the seat of Dickson at the height of Anthony Albanese's popularity in 2022, they're certainly not going to pick up now.
Yet Labor hopeful Ailey France insists this time, her third attempt, she could get over the line.
The issues that are important to me as a single mum and a person with a disability are the issues that are affecting everyday people here in Dickson, and that's cost of living.
And a new challenger has entered the fray. Despite the backing of the Climate 200 movement, Ellie Smith calls herself a maroon rather than a teal.
There's a lot of sentiment out in the community that's against both of the major parties. They feel neglected by both parties and they like the idea of having an independent representing them.
Back at the markets, Peter Dutton's name provoked mixed reactions from his constituents.
Because I don't like him. Yeah. Any reason? Just lack of empathy.
He's certainly better than the incumbent.
I don't like any of them really. I don't think the major parties really are speaking very well for Australians.
1 in 4 women and 1 in 3 men are diagnosed with cancer in South Australia, and medical imaging is crucial for early diagnosis. As the state's cancer plan gets its first update in 10 years, more South Australians will soon have access to gold standard scanners.
Jamie Kernaghan was diagnosed with neuroendocrine cancer 15 years ago when her youngest child was just 6 months old. With the help of her medical team, she's now stable but needs regular positron emission tomography or PET scans to monitor the disease.
I'm fully aware of the stress and anxiety that goes into scans and waiting for results.
Jamie is one of 7,000 patients who use the advanced technology each year, and 2 new PET scanners will be up and running at Queen Elizabeth and Flinders hospitals from early next year, previously only accessible at the Royal Adelaide Hospital. The scanners are used to find tumours and cancers and also help diagnose heart disease and brain disorders.
These new PET machines are going to mean shorter wait times, it's going to be quicker results, and for many patients it'll mean that they can have these scans closer to home.
It's part of a $77 million state and federal government agreement to build a statewide cancer network over the next 4 years, and coincides with the new South Australian Cancer Plan, the first update since 2015.
Obviously a lot's changed in that time, and this sets the pathway forward for how we can better prevent cancer, detect cancer, treat cancer, look after patients, undertake world-leading research.
The opposition backs the move, but a sore point remains.
I welcome any new funding into the healthcare system, particularly with cancer treatment. But sadly, the healthcare plan with cancer treatment is still not going to fix ramping.
And as cancer rates rise with an ageing population,
any investment into cancer for a patient is huge.
Kids playing popular video games are being targeted by gambling-like content which can fleece them of cash. Researchers are calling for substantial change after analysing design features which say they purposefully manipulate gamers.
Merrick Wolski escapes into sensory overload using the gaming platform Roblox. But the 17-year-old is worried gameplay feels increasingly like gambling.
Rolling dice, and dependent on your luck, you get different pets. To me, blatantly feels like the whole point of the game is gambling.
He buys Roblox's virtual currency for a chance to win valuable items, but the odds of success can be low.
I'm giving away $5 here, and in return I get a 0.01% chance to get a good drop.
This is gambling without limits and real manipulation.
A new report examined design features which manipulate gamers known as dark patterns. Almost all of the players surveyed had encountered them, and the most common were free games with ads or paid features known as freemiums, hidden costs and redirections or pop-up ads.
Manipulative practices that cost people money, time, their well-being.
More than half of players had their privacy compromised and left games feeling annoyed. Almost 50% suffered financial loss.
We've heard from people who've spent hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars more than they've intended to.
11-year-old Yo-Yo is also an avid Roblox user, but gets frustrated with pop-up ads.
I can't zoom out and click the X button to ignore it, and I have to leave the game. Oh, did it just go?
Researchers found Australia's classification system has serious limitations. Recent changes mean new games are rated M, not for kids under 15, or R18+, restricted to adults, depending on the gambling content.
The gambling-like features captured are also really limited. It has to physically look like blackjack or poker. It has to look like a casino. Whereas a lot of these games, they might have different cute animated features, but they work exactly like gambling.
The one I purchased with my money, I got this skin.
Communications Minister Michelle Rowland acknowledged some games with in-game purchases continue to target young children. But under the new system, if they added purchases linked to chance, those games would need to be reclassified. Roblox said it takes action on content that doesn't meet requirements, and games must disclose the numerical odds of winning or losing.
Epilepsy is relatively common in Australia, according to the World Health Organization. But advocates say myths and misinformation are enduring. Young Australians are calling for more understanding of the impact of epilepsy on their lives beyond seizures.
DJing in sports used to fill Sebastian Johnston's social calendar, until an unexpected seizure turned his life upside down.
So I was home all the time, being looked after by mum and dad. Social life takes a big hit as well. You get anxiety and you don't like talking about it to people.
He's gone from just being a regular sort of teenager out there living the life and having a great time, going travelling, he went backpacking, to having all of his liberties taken away.
The WHO estimates about 50 million people worldwide live with epilepsy. Advocates say fear, myths and misinformation are still rife, and this can negatively impact people's mental health.
There's a real fear out there about seizures, and culturally too, there's a lot of beliefs. We have to respect different cultures.
Sarah Ripper is an avid artist.
Sort of mapping it out and then deciding triangles.
She lives with epilepsy and says it affects every aspect of her life, but it's not all bad.
Like, what have I harvested that I maybe wouldn't have if I didn't go through these things?
She wants to change how epilepsy is seen.
We've arrived at, as a collective, someone acknowledging that neurodiversity has immense richness.
Mr. Johnston says living with epilepsy isn't a reason to stop living life to the fullest.
Just grow with it, learn it, and live with it.
Advocating for greater understanding in the community.
And that ends the news segment. Next in sports, Hunters embrace loss and Garamuts named for World Cup qualifier.
Hurry PNG and enter today to be considered for the 2025 Power Play PNG Awards. Brought to you by ExxonMobil and the PNG LNG project, these awards recognize exceptional Papua New Guineans making significant contributions in the LNG and decarbonization industries. Could you be Papua New Guinea's next great power player? There's only one way to know. Enter now to find out.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi, Pepsi, you like him? Pepsi, you like him? Pepsi,
Welcome back. The PNG Hunters faced a challenging match against the Ipswich Jets on Sunday, suffering a narrow 22-20 defeat despite a valiant effort in the second half. Coach Paul Iton expressed his disappointment regarding the team's first half performance, where they achieved only a 38% completion rate. However, he praised the players for their resilience and determination to narrow the gap in the later stages of the game.
PNG Hunters head coach Paul Iton highlighted the potential of the Hunters after their 2-point loss to Ipswich Jets, noting that when they find their rhythm, they can be a formidable force. He acknowledged the need for the team to improve certain aspects, particularly defense, as they prepare for the next encounter. Sonny Wabo, the standout fullback, impressed with 2 tries.
Pretty disappointing. We knew they completed well, and we did a lot of review on them. We knew the type of footy they'd play, but we just, I think we didn't show up. The game we completed at 38% in the first half, so I think a lot of our gas was gone well before. We completed well and better in the second half, but I think the damage was done, and we just couldn't claw our way back. Even saying that, it was still a close game at the end. The boys never gave in, and they fought to the death. And you can see when we get that flow in our game, it almost seems like we're unstoppable. So,
looking ahead from their narrow 22-20 defeat against the Jets, the Hunters are set to play the Mackay Cutters this weekend in a rescheduled match from round 1 that was postponed due to Tropical Storm Alfred. Ayton mentioned the short turnaround time and the long travel to Brisbane and then on to Mackay, but he is confident that the team is ready to embrace the challenge.
Yeah, it was a short turnaround, 2 away trips, short turnaround, and then not only a short turnaround, but we've also got playing at Mackay, so we're landing in Brisbane and then transiting to Mackay, so we'll get there pretty late. So it's going to be a long day, but that's fine. We prepare the same way. We just did a little bit less this week, a little bit less, a little bit more video, and a little bit more getting our minds ready for the travel. So we're ready to go.
In terms of lineup changes, Ayton confirmed that they would maintain most of the current roster, with young Graham Rex retaining his spot due to Clint Lama's concussion protocol. Manasseh Kai will start at prop, while Zebedee Kip returns to the bench. The coach also announced that the highly anticipated debut of Limby Henry will fill in for Lama.
We're looking to maintain. I know Clint's been ruled out with a HIA as well, so Graham will keep his spot. He's only a young man, first game in, so he'll keep his spot, and he's got a few things he needs to improve, and I'm sure he will this week. He learns very quickly. We've got Manasseh is going to start up front for us, and put Zebedee back to bench. So no, we're looking really good. So we've got a debutant that's coming in, Limby Henry. He's definitely been within the plans all pre-season, trials coming into this, so he finally gets his shot. So Salam blame now.
Additionally, Stephen Bruno will be unavailable for selection due to personal reasons, but he is expected to feature in the Gurius lineup against the Kimber Cutters in the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup this Saturday. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
WR Carpenters Group of Companies has continued to support PNG Rugby Football League yesterday by donating 2 brand new D40 Nissan Navaras, 20 HP laptops and 2 high-end printers and a maintenance account for the upkeep of their consumables. This support will enhance the work of PNG RFL as they work hand-in-hand with WR Carpenters to develop the sport in the country and make a positive impact in society.
2 brand new D40 Nissan Navara vehicles, along with laptops and printers, donated to PNG Rugby Football League by WR Carpenters in a significant contribution in sports, as this will aid the operations of the PNG football body. Chief Executive Officer of PNG Rugby Football League, Stanley Hondinas, said PNG RFL has enjoyed 3 years of partnership with WR Carpenters.
On behalf of PNG Rugby League Board and management and the staff we really welcome this partnership, and it's been working well for us. These two vehicles adds into the number of fleets we've collected in the last 3 years to a total of 11 and 12. We collected 10 already, these two makes it 12. We've collected 20 plus computers to help our development officers equip themselves. These are direct values that WR Group is investing into the game, the tools of trade, the kits that help us to do football and better our community, our people, and our nation.
CEO Hondina highlighted instances in the operations where this partnership had helped them in their work and applauded the company for their continued support.
So, point in case, we had two officers going out. One of them is an Australian semi who came to do schools rugby league for us. Went to Lae, picked up a Borgo Motors vehicle in Lae. They drove up to Goroka, and as they fly out of Goroka, they return the car in Goroka. So the convenience of the service that they provide to us, Lisa, is amazing, and we're excited with this partnership that's going on. So,
Lisa Marie Brooks, General Manager of Borgo Motors, when making the donation to PNG RFL, expressed strong connection between the two organizations. She said, the WR Carpenters' continued support to PNG RFL is the show of faith that sports can shape the future of the country by impacting the lives of young people in positive ways. Both WR Carpenters and PNG RFL have agreed to continue the partnership they had forged 3 years ago. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
One of the biggest rugby union sevens tournament in the country, New Power Sports Stock Sevens, is here with 28 teams registered to take part. Teams have flown in from all across the country to participate in the two-day tournament set for this Easter long weekend in Port Moresby.
The 25th edition of New Power Sports Talk Rugby Sevens tournament will see half of the 28 participating teams traveling into Port Moresby from outside centres. Most of the teams have already arrived in the nation's capital ahead of their games tomorrow. 6 teams from Lae City, the highest number from an outside province. New Ireland has 3 teams and West New Britain brings 2. Eastern Highlands, East New Britain, Central and Autonomous Region of Bougainville come with a team each. Interestingly, Fiji has entered the competition registering 1 team, called Devo Barras. Internationally known as one of the best rugby sevens countries, Fiji's participation adds extra flavor to the tournament. This is the first time a team outside the country is participating. The host city, Port Moresby, is fielding 12 teams, headlined by the Gero Magpies. 2 big rugby union clubs in the city, Brothers and Piggies, have also registered for the challenge. 2-time competition title holders and current champions, Arab Black Orchids, return to defend their title. Previous winners, Rabaul Stallions and Bialasuaras, are registered to play also. The tournament promises to be an exciting one. The game's organizing committees say it is expected to be highly competitive, with high-profile teams ready to battle. All games will be played at the Santos National Football Stadium, except for finals, which will be held at the Sir John Guy Stadium. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
Cricket PNG has named its under-19 team for this month's ICC T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific Division 1 qualifier in Japan. They will play the host, Japan and Fiji, for a ticket into the 2026 World Cup. The team of 14 players was announced by Cricket PNG in Port Moresby today.
Garamut's coach Kila Pala spoke highly of the boys when the names were unveiled for the World Cup qualifier in Japan today. Pala said the selection committee had done a good job picking a strong team for him ahead of the important tour. He is hoping for a strong performance at the event with an aim to secure a spot in the 2026 World Cup. Having taken over the coaching responsibility this year, Pala expressed confidence in himself and the playing group.
It's been a challenge, but then it's taking one step at a time and then doing what we can to do right, and then hopefully the end result will come out.
The coach is banking on his skipper, Gaba Frank, and his leadership in the team. He said Gaba has international exposure, having lived and played in Australia, and his experience will help the team.
Gaba has been a big part of this under-19 team with the scholarship program that he attended. It's crucial for us playing more cricket down in Australia. Not only Gaba, but we've got one student player as well, Aluen, who lives and goes to school in Brisbane. So, playing great cricket there, it's a bonus for the team.
Team captain Frank was honoured to have been once more recognised to lead the PNG Under-19 men's national cricket team. Gaba welcomed the opportunity and is looking forward to lead the boys to victory. The PNG Garamounts depart the country this Sunday for the tournament that starts on 24th and ends on 29th of this month. They are scheduled to play Japan before meeting Fiji, and then play Japan and Fiji again to finish the tournament. The Garamouts team include Gaba Frank, captain, Donsi Tom, vice-captain, Alu and Robson Boge, Anthony Tamarua David, Rarua Dikana Jr., Dai Mahuru, Igor Morea, Vagi Vani Morea, Frank Colin Naime, Lekwa Nao, Oala Puka, David Taraka, Puka Raho, and Wari Robin. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
As the athletics PNG team gears up for the Pacific Mini Games in Palau, long-distance runner Siune Kagole is optimistic about his chances for a medal. The former Mount Wilhelm High School student is energized by the opportunity to once again represent his country on an international stage.
First made waves in the sport through school carnivals has steadily risen through the ranks since his debut at the 2019 Samoa Pacific Games, where he secured a silver medal in the 10,000 meter. This accomplishment set a high standard for his future performances and paved the way for more podium finishes at the various regional and international competitions.
Christmas till now, I training well here in the National Sports Institute. Athletics PNG look after us well, and I think I look forward for a mini Pacific game at Palau.
At his second Pacific Games held in Solomon Islands, Siune continued to impress by claiming a bronze in the 5,000 meter, another silver in the marathon, and finishing fifth in the 10,000 meter. With the mini games just over a month away, he remains focused and committed to his training regime. Currently, he is honing his skills at the National Sports Institute, where he receives excellent support and coaching.
2019, I make the team for Pacific game at Samoa. It's my big first game. I think the first. Okay. I came second at Samoa Pacific game at long distance 10,000. Some other games as well. Many games around Pacific countries and other big event at Australia, World Cross Country, and some of the big events.
Siune has been working diligently under the guidance of head coach Brett Green and assistant coach Philip Komane, focusing on both road running and speed training. He is determined to surpass his personal best and strive for a new record for Papua New Guinea at the upcoming competition. Fully aware of the stiff competition from other Pacific Island nations, Siune is pushing himself to train harder in preparation for the mini games. He is motivated by the challenge and is optimistic about achieving a positive outcome come June in Palau.
I need to training well and go very strong to challenge them. Yeah.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
With the West Tigers on a seemingly upward trajectory, Coach Benji Marshall's rebuild this week took a huge knock when the game's brightest young player decided to test his value on the open market.
The simple truth is Galvin has no faith in his coach's ability. In discussions with the club over the past week, the Boom 5/8's Cam told West Tigers power brokers Galvin didn't believe he would develop to become a player he wanted to be under Marshall's coaching. Galvin's representatives didn't even want the Tigers to table an offer. Such was their desire to look elsewhere from November 1. Sources with knowledge of the situation, talking on the condition of anonymity due to the confidential nature of discussions, told the Herald that Galvin believed there was a ceiling on how far it could develop at the club, especially given Marshall's tendency to appoint former Tigers teammates as assistant coaches. The issue had been bubbling away in the background in the lead-up to Sunday's victory over Newcastle, prompting Marshall to confront his young 5'8" and call him into his office to discuss his future last week. Marshall had been made aware that Galvin wasn't willing to extend his contract with the club, and he wanted to know why the young prodigy didn't want to be around. After making one last failed attempt to present an offer to Moses, the Tigers released a sternly worded statement on Monday, shortly after the New Look board gathered for its monthly meeting. Some have suggested that the Tigers were trying to spin the narrative to suggest the teenager playmaker was making unreasonable and that the club had done everything in its power to keep him. Either way, it raises the question as to what the Tigers do next when it comes to Galvin and how his impact on the team. Some Tigers players have grown concerned at a perceived sense of entitlement from Galvin. Some Tigers players have grown concerned as a perceived sense of entitlement from Galvin. CEO Shane Richardson and Marshall may look to make an example out of Galvin and relegate him back to the reserve grade. Galvin's contract for the next 2 years is worth $250,000 and $350,000, and it wouldn't hurt the club on the salary cap if it was playing regular NRL. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
That's all for sports. We now have the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, cloudy periods, isolated showers and thunderstorm. Daru, rain showers with possible thunderstorms. Omase, Lae and Wewak, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, Kavieng and Buka, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, all centers, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Coral Sea, slight to moderate to rough at times with southeast to easterly winds of 5 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, slight to moderate with northeast to northwest winds of 5 to 25 knots. Bismarck Seas, slight with northeast to northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, slight to moderate with northeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Waters of Finschhafen through Whittier Strait to CSC Long Island to Madang and waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 2 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Thanks for staying with us. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by